Welcome to this video on WellCAD Core Shifter. We start by choosing the Core Shifter workspace, which is selected by this icon in the menu bar. The Core Shifter startup window then opens. We select an interval log which contains discontinuities, in this case the lithology log. For additional logs, we can select the core box log. This will generate a recovery rate as an additional log. In here, we select the logs that we want to be shown in the workspace. The gamma ray log will be used as reference, and we can also select a clay content log, core photos, lithologies, and box number. In the shift log, we select all logs except our reference log, which is the gamma ray log. And then we press OK. The workspace window now opens. We have a new shifter log that displays a gap in blue and no extension or compression in green. We can easily rearrange the logs in the workspace by selecting a log and moving it to the desired position. We can see the box number and the core number in the navigation bar on the left-hand side. We select an interval in the shifter log to be shifted. We want to use the clay content log to match the gamma ray log. So first, select the clay content log and hold the left key and try and match the clay content log with the gamma ray log. The whole interval or section can and will be shifted. The shift of 10 centimeters is recorded in the shifter log. We scroll down to the lower section, which shows rubble. We zoom in a bit more. We realize that the core with rubble needs to be flipped. First, we need to add a new discontinuity. We can add discontinuities by going to the upper left-hand corner and select the discontinuity icon. Then we select at depth where we want to add a discontinuity at the top of the rubble zone. Then we select this interval and we click on the vertical flip icon. Now this core interval has been flipped. The flip is recorded in the shifter log. Now we want to extend the rubble zone and close the gap. So we simply select the bottom of the rubble zone and drag it down to extend the interval. If we try and go into the next core interval, WellCAD will not allow us to overlap. So we can only extend to the next discontinuity. Note the extension is recorded in purple in the shifter log. We can go to the properties and exchange the parameters for maximum compression and expansion to allow for extra extension. We can change from 110 to 130. Now it would allow us to add more extensions up to 112%. Once we are done with the shifting, flipping, and extension, when we go back to the main document, we can see that all the shifts, etc. have been implemented. If required, we can export the shifter log and recovery logs to the main borehole document by selecting the export icon and selecting the desired logs. When we go to the main document, we can see that they've been added as additional logs. When we right-click on the shifter log, we open the editor and we can see all the shifts, etc. in the table. We see that the interval that has been flipped, the depth, shift values, and the percentage of the compression or extension. Thank you for watching this video on the WellCAD Core Shifter.